Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about void agreement. Before that, we should understand what is the agreement. When an offer accepted by someone and it is termed as an agreement. When an agreement enforced by law and it is termed as a contract. So, contract means we should have offer plus acceptance. That is, we should have an agreement. So, without agreement, there is no contract. An agreement should enforced by law, and if you cannot enforce by law, and we cannot say it's a valid agreement, so we can say it's a void agreement. Simply you can understand that agreement an agreement that is not enforceable by law, and we can say it's a void agreement. So on definition given by the Indian Contract Act 1872, so void agreement as an agreement that is not enforceable by law. So from this definition itself, you should understand that void agreement cannot make an enforceability and any legal uh, values. It cannot create the legal values, and it cannot make it as enforceable. So void agreement, an agreement not is a void agreement according to section 2G. According to section 10, for a valid contract it is necessary that an agreement must not be of those which have been expressly declared void by law. So if it is declared by law, and we cannot make it as a valid agreement, so only valid agreement can create the contract. So simply we can say that valid agreement have some essential for valid contract. We have some 9 essential for making the contract, and if there is any one is not in the contract, we cannot say it's a valid agreement, it's a void agreement. For example, if the competency of the parties and free consent and possibility of performance is the offer and acceptance, if there is no in the contract, and we cannot say it's a valid agreement, we can say it's a void agreement. So if we have some agreement from starting itself, it's void of initio. So void of initio agreements are void. You can say that these are we are going to discuss here with an example, that is agreement in restraint of marriage. So every person has the right to marry a person of his choice. Therefore, any agreement which restrained major person from marriage is void. But an agreement in restraint of marriage of minor is a valid. So you cannot restrain any person for marriage. Suppose if you are given a restraint, an agreement in the restraint of marriage, and it is a void agreement. We cannot make it as a valid except a minor person. For example, A agrees with B that C will not marry C. It is a void agreement. So here that giving a restraint to them is not valid. It is a void agreement. And second case, if A promised his father that he will marry B, it is a valid agreement because the A is having a capacity to marry the B, and it is not giving any restriction. So we can say it's a valid contract. And next we discuss about agreement in restraint of trade. So every agreement by which a person is restrained from the existing of lawful profession, trade or business or any kinds is void. We cannot give any restraint for the trade, for professional trade business like this, and if you give that restraint for that trade and business, then we cannot make it as a valid, and it may be a void agreement. For example, M promised to close down his business against the promise of R pay some amount. It is agreement in restraint of lawful business. So we cannot make it as a valid, and it is a void agreement. Same thing, two electronic companies agreed not to employ the other company's staff. Here the court held that this was an agreement in restraint of trade. Suppose like this, and if you give a restraint to the trade, and it is a void agreement. We have some exception for restraint of trade, except sale of goodwill, sale of goods, partners agreement, trade combination, service agreement. These are the some exception for agreement in restraint of trade. Next we discuss about agreement in restraint of legal proceedings. An agreement by which any party is restricted from the enforcing his rights under the contract by legal proceedings, or which limit the time within the he may enforce his right is void. So you cannot restrict any legal proceedings, and we have some formalities for the contract or some agreements, and you have to follow that all the legal proceedings. Suppose if you give a restriction for that, and you cannot say it's a valid, and it may be a void agreement. For example, A agrees to sell sugar to B. Both agrees that in case of breach of contract by any party, none of them would go for the court. The agreement is void. So here that and any person getting the loss, and they have agreed that they should not go to the court, we cannot make it as a valid. It is a void contract. Say second example, A gives rupees 1 lakh to B as loan for 1 year. A agrees that if B fails to return the loan, A must sue within 2 years, otherwise B will not be liable. This is also a void agreement. So we cannot restrict this. Suppose if you give a restrict to that, and this is void agreement. And then next, uncertain agreement. Section 29 states that agreements the meaning of which is not certain are capable of being made certain or void. And that is, if you are making an agreement with uncertain events, and we cannot make it as a valid, it may be a void contract. So something will not happen in a future, and suppose if you have a agreement with like that, and we cannot say it's a valid contract, it may be a void contract. For example, A agrees to sell 100 liters of oil to B. It is not clear what kinds of oil is to be said. The agreement is void. This example, that is oil, what type of oil is not in here clearly. So we cannot make it as a valid contract. And the second example, A agrees to sell this home to B for rupees 500 or 700. It is also a void agreement because it is not clear for whether 500 or 700. So if you have an agreement like this, and you cannot make it as a valid contract, and we must have a certainty. So you can say like A and B agreed to 500 is a valid contract. If you have a 500 or 700, you cannot make it as a valid. It may be a void contract, void agreement. The next, wagering agreement. So wager means is a bet. So wagering means a bet. A wager is the agreement to pay or play money or money's worth on the happening or not non-happening of a future event. That is, you are saying some uncertain events. For example, you say A and B have agreement that tomorrow, if it is rain, and A have to give 500 rupees to B. If rain is not there, and B have to give 500 rupees to A. So these are the wagering agreement, and we cannot make it as a valid. It is a void agreement. Then next, agreement contingent on impossible events. A contingent agreement may be a valid, but a contingent agreement is an agreement that performs which depends upon the happening or non-happening of an uncertain events. Suppose that will not happen in a future, uncertain events. If it is have an agreement like that, no, we cannot say it's a valid contract, and it may be a void contract. For example, A agrees to pay 1 lakh to B if the sunrise in the west next morning. The agreement is void because same like A agrees to pay 1 lakh to B if he marries A's daughter, and A's daughter is already dead. The agreement is void. So like that, an uncertain event that cannot be made as possible. And if you have an agreement like that, no, we cannot make it as a valid. It may be a void agreement. So these are the void agreement. That is we have discussed this point. Suppose if we have an agreement with like these matters and it's starting itself void ab initio, so we cannot make it as a valid agreement. It is not a valid agreement, and it may be a void agreement. Thank you.